Hi everyone, we are Maria, Carla, Jimena, and Sandra, and today we're gonna talk about the case of Jeffrey Epstein. We're gonna show you guys a video.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
We're gonna break it down clearly who he was, what the rumor says, and our goal is to separate the facts from the speculation.
So, Jeffrey Epstein was a US financier who became very well known because he was accused of serious crimes. So, he faced charges for trafficking and abusing underage girls.
So in 2008, he made a controversial deal in Florida and he didn't face federal charge. And also he spent like 13 months in jail with a very easy conditions.
Then in 2019, he was also arrested for trafficking charges. And then a month later, he was found dead in his cell of New York. And the FBI and the policeman said that it was a suicide, but I think it wasn't. But what do you think, Chad?
Well, Jimena, when do you think this problem began? Right after his death, or did it build over time?
Well, so right after his death, there were some problems with the security cameras and guards didn't do the checks they were supposed to do. And also he was a very famous prisoner. And on social media, many people quickly start to say like Epstein didn't kill himself, he's still alive. So
Yeah, so this is where psychology comes into play, because when a scandal involves very powerful or wealthy people, crimes against minors, or also a death in jail, the public naturally expects dramatic explanations. And so when when they are simple mistakes or failures by the institution, they often feel enough. So people start imagining like big stories, to fill the gaps.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if something this serious with people that are so powerful and have like so much money, people are saying like it cannot be as simple as his death, and there were problems in the cameras and problems that the people were not in their job, doing their job. So that's why people like start making rumors and start making things, because it cannot be as simple as, oh, he died and there were no cameras and the guards were not looking for him. It cannot be as simple as this. That's why it starts the conspiracy theories, not because we have facts, but because people think, okay, they need to be more for this to happen, a more explanation.
okay, thank you, Maria. So now let's talk about the most common theory, because people say that he was silenced to protect powerful people. What about that?
So Epstein was connected with very powerful people, like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and Prince Andrew, and some of them show up in his flight records or official documents. But so it proves that he had contact with these powerful people, but it doesn't mean that these people were involved in all his crimes.
Exactly, and in the internet they said there was a client list and they were supposed to contain like names of famous people, and they blurred lines between documents, and that's where the story began to expand without any evidence.
Yeah, like we need to separate what we know and what we don't know. We cannot say because he knew famous people, the famous people are involved. We need to, what we know is that cities that were in the investigation disappeared. We also know that there's testimony of girls and children that they can say what they feared about, but we don't know that there was a list, a criminal list. We don't know if that list really exists, and we cannot not confirm because it's not an official list, but it's a speculation that many people think is real.
Exactly, now let's talk about the island.
So
'Cause it's the-
before we have like the
picture of the island.
of the
Oh,
island.
yeah.
Okay, so whenever people talk about this case, the island is almost a symbolic part because it represents secrecy, isolation, wealth, or power. And when a location feels mysterious, it's the perfect spot for speculation to start.
Yeah, so what we know for sure is that Epstein owned this private island, and what is called a Little St. James.
Yes, Little St. James.
And so people have said that abuses and crimes have happened there.
Yes, but TikTok and YouTube went farther because there were crimes about secret tunnels, rituals, symbolic red shoes, even satanic ceremonies.
Yeah, like I saw in TikTok that there was like a case, the QAnon, that was like the tunnels you said and like secret sacrifice. And we saw a photo
Yes, we
the
saw
other
a
day
photo.
of a girl that she was burned and
Yeah.
people like
And Jeffrey Epstein cutting the
cutting her in half
Yes.
to eat her. We don't know if these images are real, but we know that they exist. But with the AI going on, we cannot be sure if these these photos are real or
It's
not.
real. So these stories usually follows the same pattern. Is what happened recently with the PDD case.
Yes.
So there's a real crime, powerful people, a lack of clear information, and strong emotions with people talking about, inventing theories and symbols and drama and everything.
Yes, and it's also important to clarify that he wasn't acting alone,
Yes.
because the narrative focuses on Epstein, but the legal process showed that there were other individuals involved in the case, so he wasn't the only one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. Actually, his ex girlfriend or wife, I don't really
Girlfriend.
remember,
Yeah.
girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, was officially convicted in 2021. So the court sentenced her to 20 years in prison because she played an active role in like recruiting underage girls to give them to
him.
Epstein.
Yes, and that's something that always made me like so mad because he did something wrong, and that's why she needs to be like in prison for 20 years.
Yes.
But he also did something wrong, and he was only in prison, like we said before, for 30 months.
No,
Yeah.
he was at his house, not
No.
prison. He could go
Ah,
out.
yeah, he could
Yes,
go
he
out,
could
yeah.
go out.
And
But for
sometimes like,
work, actually.
come on, like your girlfriend 20 years and you 30 months, it's not fair. You also did wrong. I think you did worst.
Yes,
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, that is true. And her conviction separates facts from speculation and shows that some responsibility exists.
We also wanted to mention that there were some Spanish celebrities that are mentioned
Yes.
online. For example, when some names start circulating online, even without evidence, the stories spread much faster and becomes more emotionally charged.
Yes, this is crazy because, for example, Anna Bergon appears in the viral list. So,
Yeah.
Yes, like yes, but actually she was never like convicted or accused by court, so there's no like legal evidence linking her to Epstein crimes.
Yeah, but like this like show how misinformation works. Like a name appeared in a
Yeah.
graphic or in a list, and now like people say like, okay, this is something wrong, she's bad, and that's how like the things that like the lies, the rumors spread faster than the correction, than the things that are real.
Exactly. And Maria, why do you think this case became such a magnet for conspiracy theories? Because there are other problems that involve like powerful people, but for some reason, this one was the perfect environment for conspiracy theories.
Yeah, serious. It's because it hits a lot of sensitive issues at once. Like we have children, underage children abuse. We have also like powerful people that have a lot of money, that have a lot of power, and we know that in society, when more power and more businesses you have, then you can do whatever you want, and this is the case. Like he has more power than his girlfriend, so he can go out of jail and only be in jail for 13 months only because he has power. That's why it has been like such a boom like now in society, and that's why so much people are talking about.
Yeah, and we can see here that there are some psychological reasons, like people think these big scandals need big explanations. They don't really trust institutions, and social media spreads ideas very fast. And also people support ideas that match their identity.
Yes, so it's completely fine for people to ask for answers, but they cannot make up things without evidence proof. Like,
Yes.
Now let's close clearly because we want to make the listeners clear what the difference is between what is proven and what are only
facts.
speculations.
Yes. So that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you,
everyone
Ella.
for listening.
Yeah.
Ay, me gusta mucho.